Welcome to the Stern Pinball Arcade, Brad.
It sounds like a hopping pinball party.
Yeah, it's shredding, it's ripping.
People hanging out.
It's
having some brewskis.
A room with a bunch of pinball machines in it, but not in a row the way you would actually put pinball machines. These pinball machines are separate, and they are shown with love and respect in a museum-like state.
Museum quality pieces.
Yeah. So this is like you can download this shell for free. So this is from the people that make the Pinball Arcade.
Okay.
And they have made one that only has Stern tables in it, which are a bunch of licensed tables.
Frankenstein.
And so I think Frankenstein is free, and then there are 2 packs to buy to unlock the rest of the tables.
Okay.
There may be a fee for actually getting it at all. I'm not 100% clear on that. Anyway, so it's weird because this is like, the Pinball Arcade is a shell for pinball machines from all manufacturers, including some Stern tables. This one got made separately. I'm not sure what the politics and business that went into this are, other than I think Oculus may have funded this as a separate exclusive thing originally.
Okay.
And so it's on Gear VR.
Huh.
Maybe they wanted something different, or maybe also part of it is
Harley-Davidson 3rd edition.
in some cases they are no longer emulating the ROMs of the pinball machine. It sounds like they have just kind of rebuilt it all in a way that is more efficient and lets them have better physics or something. Or so they say. Ghostbusters will be coming. It is not currently available.
Ripley.
Like some pretty recent stuff in here, like that new Star Trek.
Starship
Yeah.
Last action hero.
And so hopefully, Stern made a lot of licensed tables over the last years, Transformers and Tron and stuff like that hopefully worm their way into this thing over time, the same way that other things have been updated. But
Harley-Davidson.
anyway, yeah, we got a handful of tables. Why don't we just start with Frankenstein? We'll work our way around the room and play some pinball.
Yikes.
Jesus. Same type deal as the Pinball Arcade, where you've got standard goals, wizard goals, things to do on the table, to kind of earn in-game achievements and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's some pinball-ass pinball. And these guys, I like Pinball Arcade a lot.
Yeah. Like that's probably the one, right?
Yeah, because it's all real tables, and I like real tables. And what, the film soundtrack or Edgar Winter's Edgar Winter?
Yeah, probably. Probably the way to go.
Yeah. So you've got some camera angles to work with. This does not have PlayStation VR support, even though, like I said, it is on Gear VR.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal with that is. Maybe they're VR exclusive on Oculus platforms. I'm not sure. But it's the same type of options in terms of like camera angles and stuff like that. This is the camera angle that I strongly prefer.
What else do they have? Is there like a scrolling one?
Let me trap the ball, and yes, there will be one that kind of zooms around a little bit. Let me catch the ball on a flipper here, and we can. So these are locked views,
okay.
And then what is it? Square to unlock. Okay, so we'll go with the one we were using before, but unlocked, and you'll see it kind of
that's
move up and down, and I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I want to see the whole table, even if that means I don't get to see some of the shots that are up at the top of the table as clearly, and don't get to see the sweet table art quite as clearly either. I would still rather just see the table.
I mean, you need to see the whole thing to kind of maintain your feel for the shots, right?
That's, yes, that is my approach for sure. Different pinball simulators have handled that different ways over the years, where sometimes as they scroll, they will always keep the bottom of the table locked, so you'll always see the flippers.
Okay.
So it's this weird detached view.
Huh.
I thought that was a neat idea. I forget which game did that. That was a long time ago, so. Yeah, so I don't know. A lot of these tables I haven't seen because I don't get to places that have current pinball machines very often. There's a place in New Hampshire that I would go to when we were out there for PAX East called the Pinball Wizard Arcade, but it sounds like they are in the process of losing their lease.
Oh no!
I know,
man,
and they may not remain open.
That's a shame.
I think that's what the situation was. It's hard to keep tabs on an arcade from across the country sometimes.
Sure. Is that Frankenstein wearing a suit up there?
I think so. Oh, I see. Okay.
Or is that, maybe that's more of a trench coat?
Yeah. I like their kind of MIDI-ish sample-driven version of Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's a bad ball. All the trophies in this game are on this PS4 version are built around this table.
Wait, isn't this the free one?
Yeah, I think that's why. Because the other ones are sold in bundles, and they have not added trophies for those tables.
Wow. That's a shame.
On Steam, in the Pinball Arcade, every time a table gets added, they add like 4 more achievements. They're all the same. It's like, hey, get a top 5 score, complete the goals. Like they all have the in-game achievements and stuff like that.
Sure.
Those just don't all map to PlayStation trophies. Oh, jeez.
Was Stern pretty much the only one doing all these licensed tables?
Currently, so they've got some competition over the years here. Stern was kind of like the last company standing, and they were running mostly unopposed for a lot of years. And then Jersey Jack came along, and Jersey Jack makes a Wizard of Oz pinball machine. That has just a fucking LCD screen on the back glass that like shows clips from the. It's crazy. It's impressive. And I want to say there's one other company I'm not thinking of that is still technically in the pinball game. But Stern and Jersey Jack are the two that I can think of off the top of my head. And yeah, I think they do a Metallica machine. I think, these machines they sell them in standard edition, and then there's limited edition where it's like, oh, all the metal inside the machine is like, gold plated. It's $7,000.
Jeez.
Instead of 5, or instead of 4, whatever it is. It's
slightly opulent.
It's, they're selling to a collector's market.
Yeah.
And, some arcades are still out there putting tables in, right? But it's not. I wonder if more machines are going to private collectors now than are going out on location and being used.
You mean like straight from the factory to a collector?
Yeah. Yeah, there was there was a moment where I was like, man, what if I just bought this Tron pinball machine?
I saw that thing one time. That was a nice machine.
Yeah.
It was a nice table.
And I was really psyched. And this is the dumb thing that I fall for every time. Is they announced they were doing a Transformers table, and I got really excited, and then it was the movie Transformers, and I was like, oh, this Michael Bay ass shit. I don't want to look at these Transformers ever.
That's just kind of Transformers now, sadly.
Well,
mainstream.
Japan is still putting out.
You're right. They're
masterpiece Transformers and reissues of all the G1 stuff.
That's fair. The good stuff's still out there, but it's a little more obscure.
Yeah. I did enter him. I entered him. I don't want to enter separate initials for like my loop record and my regular record or whatever.
All right.
Hooray! All right. That's Frankenstein. Okay. Maybe we'll just play like fewer balls of the rest of these tables, or we'll see. We'll see how we go. Probably don't need to play a full game of every one of these tables.
That was a real table, right? These are
these are real tables. Yeah.
What's the collection that makes new tables and specifically tables that couldn't exist in reality?
That's the Pinball Effects series that Zen Studios does.
Harley-Davidson 3rd edition.
Live to ride, ride to live.
Of course, there's a Harley machine.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't there be?
Why wouldn't there be? And they just came out with Pinball Effects 2 in VR.
Oh, okay.
That's just hit Steam VR, I think, and they've got a Walking Dead table now. So they've done some licensing stuff for other games. Obviously, they did that Explosion Man table.
Yes. But they've done a bunch of stuff, right? Didn't they have a Marvel pack and?
Yeah. They did the Star Wars tables.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of stuff.
First gear, second gear, third gear.
All right. Oh.
Fifth gear. Your speedometer is lit.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you feel like maybe it's different between video pinball versus the real thing, but can you pretty much dial in a shot that you want to hit and do it?
I'm not perfect.
Like you hit that ramp 3 or 4 times in a row. Was that fully intentional?
Yes, that was fully intentional.
Okay.
And sometimes I can dial that in on a real machine too, but less frequently.
Okay.
Because I'm not amazing at real pinball. I'm not going out and participating in like the Bay Area pinball tournaments.
Wait,
and
does
all
that happen?
Yeah.
What?
Mystery ride.
Man. What are the competition tables? Do you have any idea?
I think it's whatever is at the arcade that they hold them at.
Okay.
You know.
Because you would think people would want to practice up on the
Right.
specific table ahead of time.
Collected.
A lot of, and there are, video mode, here we go. There's actually some challenges, there's some multi-table challenges in, oh, well, that guy had it coming. Oh, am I supposed to hit the people? I'm a rogue biker. Running meth to Arizona or something.
Where'd you learn to drive, son?
Red light multi-ball.
Pinball's cool.
It's not bad. It's an American institution.
Yeah.
This is a multi-ball.
Yeah.
That is a lot of balls.
The Apollo 13 table would have a 13-ball multi-ball.
Wow.
It's fucking awesome.
Oh my god,
it's fucking awesome.
That sounds insane. At that point, you're not even trying to hit shots.
Yeah,
right?
you're just fucking
frantically trying to make sure
fighting it off and
Yeah.
hoping that everything works out in the end.
Is that the movie or just a?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, shoot the stoplight.
Oh man.
Nice ride. Hey, time's running.
Bummer, man, what happened?
All right. That's Harley-Davidson. Let's call the attendant. Oops. No, let's actually exit. So yeah, they'll show you kind of what your goals are. These are the in-game achievements. And then after you complete the 5 standard goals, it shows you the 5 wizard goals. All right. Yeah, you know, I kind of just wish that this stuff was integrated into their existing framework on the Pinball Arcade. Some of these tables, like the Ripley's Believe It or Not table, is in that pack.
Okay.
Already.
Harley-Davidson.
And it's just reproduced here, like
Yeah.
no changes.
Yeah. Well, I have not played it yet.
Okay.
We'll get there. AC/DC Premium.
Take your best shot.
What's going on with AC/DC these days?
Didn't the lead singer have to retire?
Yeah, he's got like hearing issues, I think.
And then they brought someone in to finish the tour.
They brought in Axl Rose.
Right, of course. Yes, they brought in Axl. Right.
Axl Rose did some shows with him, but
And
I think
apparently he did well.
Yeah, I saw it being pretty well received.
Yeah.
I think that's over though. I think that was just a few dates.
Yeah, I guess actually now that I think about it, it would be ridiculous for him to continue on with AC/DC.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, what's
your favorite AC/DC song?
There's a GNR tour going right now, I think. Oh jeez, man, I don't know. Yeah, it has to be.
I'm probably a Back in Black.
Back
guy, I
in,
guess.
yes, it is absolutely. That is one of the best guitar riffs of all time.
That was the summer, the few months that I spent taking guitar lessons. I learned how to play this.
Yeah.
Because it's not that difficult.
Yeah.
AC/DC seems like an appropriate subject for a pinball machine.
Yeah, totally. Definitely some overlap there.
Yeah.
I guess those dudes got to be pretty old at this point, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
Probably in their 60s.
Yeah, they'd have to be, right? I mean, if not old, well, yeah, probably 60s.
I don't know when they first got big. Sometime in the 70s, like late 70s? Mid?
Yeah, probably late.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they were around in the mid 70s, right?
I think of them more of an 80s band, I guess. Or that's when they were at their peak. Probably.
Sure, right.
Get ready to fire the cannon.
Just fuck yeah, let's fire the cannon. Some very Terminator 2 gun firing mechanic right there. I wonder if this premium version. So this table probably got issued in multiple editions, right? So this is based on the premium edition of the table. I wonder if the lesser edition has like MIDI renditions of these songs to be like cut corners on licensing costs or something like that. Like maybe they only produced some number of premium tables that have the real songs.
Oh wow.
Oh,
So just like the licensing fee was built into the cost of the table.
Yeah, for the premium. Oh, we changed songs here. There's a lot of fucking songs in here.
Yeah.
I can see why this would then be separate from the Pinball Arcade, because I'm sure the licensing on some of this stuff would be expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's, they've run Kickstarters to get tables into their game before, for Star Trek: The Next Generation and Terminator 2 and I think Doctor Who.
What's typically the goal for a single table like that?
I don't remember. It always varied. It was always based on like
What they wanted?
Yeah, so like for Terminator, they had to go get likeness rights.
Wow.
And the voice samples and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's got to be tough.
Yeah. But it seems like, once you've built that pipeline and you know how to do it, in which they've done this a few times now, I imagine they've got it. Oh, well, that didn't go so well. This car is fucking freaking out. Like, I feel like I have a respect for AC/DC, but all of the I don't know that I necessarily like the music all that much.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I enjoy the hits. I never I never dug into their catalog that deeply.
Yeah, same here. All right, we're probably good on AC/DC.
Yeah.
Album multi-ball. But yeah, there's a lot of songs. That's cool. I don't know.
It's not bad.
All right, let's move on.
What is call attendant?
Call attendant is when a ball gets stuck and you need to have someone come over and fix the machine for you. There are still cases in these machines where the ball might actually get stuck. So call attendant resets the ball position, like it lets it sit for 15 seconds, and then I think just drops it back in front of your launcher. I'm not sure where it puts it.
How do they get it out though? I mean, do they have to open the machine?
Oh well, yeah, I mean here virtually no, but yes.
Oh no, I mean in real life. Like
if you have the keys, the metal plate that goes over where your hands are sitting for the flippers, that metal plate at the front of the table, lifts up, and back, and then the glass slides out, towards you.
Okay.
Welcome to the Enterprise.
VO in this is they're going for it.
Yeah.
They're giving it their best shot.
I don't think I've ever seen this table.
Yeah, I definitely haven't.
In real life, but it seems all right.
That movie came out in, what, 09?
Yeah.
I think so. Not that old.
Save the Enterprise.
Wait, is that Leonard Nimoy?
It.
Destroy the drill.
I think it.
Or is it a good decent facsimile?
On battle.
I would not be surprised if it really was. So we're picking a mission here before we start.
Save the
Let's do
Enterprise.
Prime Directive.
Prime Directive states there can be no interference with the internal development of alien civilization.
Locks are lit.
Well, that was VO from the second movie.
Huh.
Away team is lit.
Oh yeah, that scene on the screen up there is also
Okay, yeah, that's
from
like the
second
opening
one.
scene
Yes.
from the second movie. I saw that recently
Oh yeah?
and liked it.
It's not terrible.
No.
I don't feel like it's quite as bad as its reputation. I didn't
Did
think
it get a negative
Oh yeah,
recognition?
yeah.
I
It is.
I thought it was fine.
It is not thought well of, for the most part.
I think, I can see if people are like really bummed out that they're like kind of retelling some parts of the Khan story and it doesn't live up to that, then I can see that, but like I don't necessarily have a lot of attachment to original series stuff.
I think that had a lot to do with it. I mean, Abrams like straight up lied about it ahead of time. Like he literally flat out said this movie is not about Khan.
Yeah.
And then it was. I think a lot of people were kind of annoyed by that.
Well, you gotta have surprises, right?
Have you seen the third one?
I've not.
Yeah, I haven't.
I am looking to see it here pretty soon.
Yeah.
R1 locked.
right behind us.
This table seems kind of unremarkable.
Yeah, I mean, it's got all these lit up shots, but like, not there's. I don't know.
Only one target left.
Jump!
Locks are lit.
All right.
You are awarded a silver medal.
Yikes. Yeah.
Space jump.
Space jump.
Repeat! Spark, get in there! Neutralize the volcano!
Ah.
No, not yet! Not yet!
Multiplier.
It's got some okay Star Trek noises, though.
Yeah, some decent stuff.
This animation of these dudes shooting phasers up here, it's pretty
good.
all right.
Do you think it's just out of like tradition that they still go with these like really simple like LED looking screens?
Yeah.
Because like, what was the one you said that had like a nice?
It's a Wizard of Oz
Okay.
machine. And it's
maybe-
crazy.
Yeah. Like it's just a full-on like high def screen
Yeah.
or whatever. Like I wonder, is that maybe a cost thing too?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that probably. I'm sure it's a mixture of the two, right? I mean, these dot matrix displays.
There's a certain charm to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We did not match. But that guy had a rock.
Space.
Space. Yeah, the table seemed very flashy, but like the actual layout of it seemed a little simple.
Yeah.
And then they just build rules around it depending on which mission you choose. You know? Mustang!
Premium boss.
That's me.
How are these divided up? Like how many per pack?
There are 2 separate packs.
Yeah.
I don't have I don't know the pricing.
Drag race. Rally race. Cruisin'. 1969, Boss 302, road course.
Another version of Frankenstein.
2011, Boss 302R, the stunt driver.
Which Mustang do we want to take,
Drag
you know?
race. Cruisin'.
Let's go cruising.
1969, Boss 3.
That is one bodacious babe.
And then this Mustang just spins.
Surf's up, dude. Let's hit those waves.
I feel like some of these tables reveal the primary demographic for pinball.
Yeah, sure.
AC/DC and the Mustang with then music like this in it
Yeah.
and stuff. You're like, oh, all right.
I kind of like that though.
Yeah.
It makes it feel like a little more American somehow. Just like picture this table at a biker bar or something.
Right.
Yeah, let's crank some tunes and catch some tasty waves.
What?
You know, some tasty waves.
Ah, some tasty waves.
Cruisin', road course.
Take the rally course.
I didn't know Mustang and surfing had that much overlap, but
29,
Yeah.
Police Pursuit. 2011, Boss 302R, the stunt driver. Drag race. Rally race.
If you can listen to Ace of Spades, it's worth it.
Handling upgraded. Get the extra ball.
Wow, where'd you learn to drive? This is good. Multi-ball is lit.
Shoot the Mustang store. You heard me, shoot it.
Pulling ahead.
Collect all the letters for Mustang Multi-Ball.
Oops. Well.
Tech upgraded.
That's some fine driving.
More balls. Yep.
Extra ball.
You're leaving the competition in the dust.
Jackpot.
Someone should make a real version of the Duke Nukem Balls of Steel table.
Where's that from?
Epic Pinball. A pinball set that Epic put out.
God, that sounds familiar, but I have no recollection of like when that happened.
It's a DOS game.
God, you're right. Wow, I don't think I've never played it, but holy crap, wow.
And maybe Balls of Steel came separately from something like that. But the Epic Pinball, it's a collection of fake pinball machines.
Huh.
It's pretty good.
Did they put like Epic properties in there? Is there like a Jazz Jackrabbit table?
I don't think there is. I think they came up with some of their own stuff.
Okay.
But there was at some point a Duke Nukem pinball table.
Huh.
Yeah. Maybe it was like that was the marquee table in the collection and the rest were all based on other stuff. Gosh. I played some Epic Pinball last year. You'd think that I would remember this, but I installed DOSBox and went through the process.
Man, DOSBox is a great thing.
Yeah. Sometimes a little finicky.
Yeah.
But then the PCs it's trying to emulate were also very finicky.
Sure. And it definitely beats trying to keep one of those things around.
Ah, the
Yeah.
sweet, smoky smell of victory.
All right. That's the Mustang. In pinball form.
All right.
Yeah, I wonder how frequently they'll add tables to this versus what they'll add to the pinball arcade, if they're going to keep going with that, or what the situation is.
Mustang.
Yeah,
It's weird.
yeah. I was gonna say it's kind of almost a strange split to create this separate product to house this stuff.
Yeah.
Especially if some of it already exists in the other thing.
Yeah. I wonder if it was Stern that wanted to work more closely together to do a Stern-only thing, or like I said, I want to say this debuted on Gear VR, so...
Okay. I mean, the Stern name's got some draw, right? If you're into pinball.
Yeah.
You know Stern, so I'd kind of see why you'd want to put that in right at the top.
And, Stern has been around for a while, as evidenced by this
Older table. Solid state.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's a solid state machine.
Okay.
Not electromechanical. Sometimes I feel like when they're building these tables in here, the audio is not as good as it should be. Like they're trying to emulate the way it really may have sounded in an arcade, but I actually would prefer just hearing it. Like it sounds too muffled, like it's coming out of a speaker built into the pinball machine. As opposed to just like, I wish that there was like, I can't, there's no real option to like, hey, just play the audio in my face.
Right.
Emulate it out of the chips. Instead of this weirdly distant sounding thing. That's kind of a cool little ramp there that just like goes up there and hits those targets. I'm digging this beat too.
It's not bad.
Bonus hold. Oh, bonus hold? No, bonus hold.
Whoop.
That's Phantom of the Opera. Let's see, does it say anything about... Oh, this opens the coin door, I bet. And lets us actually go through the setup process and a lot of other stuff. These menus get elaborate in some of these machines.
Phantom of the Opera.
Or, oh, no, okay, that was an exit, not a coin door.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. So yeah, Ghostbusters not here.
Believe it or not.
This
Believe it.
this is a pretty decent table.
Yeah.
No Jack Palance, but what are you gonna do?
Can't have everything. Is there still one of these places down here? Fisherman's Wharf, I assume.
The Ripleys?
Yeah. I guess it's still there.
I would assume so. I
I try not to go to Fisherman's Wharf if I can help it.
Yeah, that's a good policy.
Get 3 in a row. It's time to visit South America. Shrunken heads. I love collecting these.
I wonder if they ever put this show out on DVD.
I don't think I've ever seen the show. When was that big?
80s. And it was Jack Palance, like, telling you ridiculous tales of things that, and then at the end he would go, believe it or not. And it was just, you ever see Amazon Women on the Moon?
No.
All right. Well, that's what they're making fun of in that part of Amazon Women on the Moon.
Okay.
Where they have the show called Bullshit or Not.
Nice. Was it like fictional stuff or?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was. Some of it seemed like it was potential, like stranger than truth.
Or I guess what I mean was it narrative? Was it like telling a story?
It was like recreations of supposedly real events.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
I guess I was maybe a little too young to be like when I saw it to actually answer the question of was it real or not.
Right.
But he served as kind of the host and narrator of it.
Okay.
So like he'd kind of come on between segments. It's like, we're gonna go look at these animals doing stuff now. So like some of it was like very clearly real because it was just like, you know, videos of animals doing crazy shit.
Ball 2 locked.
He's putting those balls in his mouth.
Multi-ball is lit.
All right, that's Ripley's Believe It or Not. It's a good table. So then, okay, well wait, if that's start and that's quit, what is this one? There we go, okay. Extras. Okay, here we go. So yeah, it'll have the year. It's a Pat Lawler table.
Huh. That's cool.
Yes, this type of image is very much a Ripley's Believe It or Not sort of thing.
Got it.
Let's call him. All right. And is that it, or is there one more?
I think Free Gold Watch has the Wizard of Oz table.
Yeah, Free Gold Watch. I've not been there, but they like I said, that's where they do some tournament stuff down there.
Starship Trooper.
Oh, Starship Troopers.
Wanna know more, soldier?
Yeah, that Wizard of Oz table. I saw it once in New Hampshire. I was pretty blown away. But I didn't think it was like a great playing table or anything, but just the tech on it was really wild.
That sounds nice.
Got a new sky horse and a new battle flag. Gonna clean out the system's outlying Clendath to one planet at a
Okay.
time. You'll do your job, I'll shoot you.
Something about the gap between the flippers looks extra wide on this one.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Your mission is to capture the Braver.
Oh wait, I've got a.
Yeah,
this is a separate button.
I almost asked because I thought that looked like another flipper.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so I thought that maybe there would be like, oh, you activated double flipper mode, or you know, like something I got to do on the table. But no, that's just a separate.
You'll do your job, I'll shoot you.
That's weird.
Yeah, especially that there's only one, not on both sides.
It took me this long to get used to the idea of hitting two flippers at separate times. The addition of a third button as evidenced by my poor Black Knight play over the years. Well, actually, I guess. Fucking Magna save on Black Knight. It's the bane of my existence. I just want to use the other flip. There we go.
There it is.
Does this look movie licensed to you? Like,
I think
or does it have quotes from the movie?
It sounded like Michael Ironside.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Don't do your job, I'll shoot you.
Those fonts, certainly.
Yeah.
Today, we'll be attacking Segama Beach. This planet has 4 glorious sons of poppers. Kill them all!
I'm from Buenos Aires.
Oh, yeah?
Come on. We lost.
What?
I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
Maybe he was the only voice they could secure for the pinball.
Yeah, definitely the most iconic voice.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time I saw that movie.
Yeah, it's been forever.
So much of it has faded away.
Yep.
Oops, oops.
Starship Last Action Hero.
Now we're talking.
All right. I keep meaning, I've meant for years and years to watch this movie.
I remember enjoying it.
Yeah. I know Dan likes it quite a bit.
I remember thinking it was way better than it had any right to be at the time.
I mean, it's total like parody, right?
Yeah.
Pretty goofball.
Yeah. Like the whole movie is just one big like fourth wall breaking sort of thing.
Yeah.
Let's play chicken.
Like what if you had a character in an action movie who knew how action movies worked? Is basically the premise
All
of
right.
that.
That's pretty
like
good.
a kid goes inside a movie.
Sure.
Don't touch!
Oh.
Run it again.
I feel like some of their font work and other stuff design around the tables could be way better. Just having it be like goal 4 complete in this like the plainest of plain fonts.
Yeah.
Like doesn't really. Yeah, it's more of a distraction than anything else. Like you got so much room on the sides to say, hey, you completed this goal.
Yeah.
To just have it flash up like that is sort of weird. I want to say that in the pinball arcade, they have since moved the goal notifications off to the side. I could be wrong. It's been a little bit.
Explosion for your movie, kid. Let's play chicken.
Congratulations, here's this brief animation of 2 cars revving up, and then you get 5 million points. That's pinball.
Next one I'll hurt.
Let's go with this for a little bit longer here, and then. All right. Smart missile deactivated. Oh, is that? Wait. All right. That might be the last table.
I think so. I'm pretty sure I remember that being it on the list.
And since they're selling these in packs already, I would assume, you know, and they're already showing that Ghostbusters is coming. I would then assume that they would add more Stern tables over time.
High roller.
High Roller Casino is our last one.
Okay.
Let's go crazy, ladies.
Let's go crazy, ladies.
I imagine there's a lot of tables out there, right?
Stern has been making machines for years and decades, so there are plenty of older tables to tap into, as well as the more modern licensed stuff, assuming they can continue to do all that licensing work.
Yeah.
Hey. Like a casino. I think they did a Family Guy machine. Which, you know, I don't like the fucking Family Guy, but it had a tiny pinball machine inside of it that you could play. Like you'd hit the ball somewhere, and then the tinier pinball machine inside the pinball machine would activate.
Huh.
And you played pinball on that for a while.
That's kinda cool.
And it's just a really crazy piece.
Yeah. Like how small was the ball in the table in a table?
Small.
Okay.
The whole table was probably the size of about 2 of those roulette wheels.
Oh wow!
And in that rough spot.
Oh, that's crazy.
Basically, in the upper right of the table.
That's a neat idea.
Yeah.
I think it's smaller than a marble.
Smaller marble. Yeah,
Wow.
that sounds right. I like a good casino-themed pinball table. That's a cool thing. Not as much as I love pinball tables based on pool and billiards.
Yeah.
8-ball deluxe and such. Something about that just speaks to me. I don't know why. Quit talking and start chalking. That's what I say. Anyway, thanks for walking through the world of Stern with me, bro.
Yeah, happy to. This is a fun little,
Yeah.
kind of a nostalgia trip sort of thing.
Yeah, it's and these are like more modern tables.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was gonna say. Like, even if you haven't seen the tables in particular in question, like just watching some pinball just kind of takes you back, you know?
Yeah, I think I still prefer the Pinball Arcade just because it has more of my favorite tables from the 80s and 90s in it.
Yeah.
And it's just a wider array of creators and all that sort of stuff that are on display. And so, you know, this collection is a little more focused, which is good and bad, I guess. But yeah, I'll be curious to kind of see how they go from here, if they keep updating that platform or focus solely on this one, or what the deal is. I don't know. We'll see.
Did Stern do Addams Family?
No, that was
bummer.
a Midway or a Williams. A Williams droid, but that is already in the Pinball Arcade.
Oh, okay. All right.
So if you want to play that, you can.
Something for everybody then.
Yeah.
Cool.
See you, Brad.
See you.